Yeah. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. It's the Unpopular Opinion Podcast. Hope y'all enjoy y'all time here. Make sure y'all like up the stream. I know y'all ain't seen us on live in a minute, but we back. As promised, interview with Benny St. Clair, Paso's hip hop artist. That's Dano the Don. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. What's good with you, Dano?
Yata, you know what it is.
So as promised, we got Benny St. Clair on the Unpopular Opinion Podcast. Appreciate you for coming on to the podcast, bro. Appreciate it.
Me, brother.
Yes, sir. First question right out the gate, bro. I like to do a little icebreaker with everybody. We get on the show. First question: who is Benny St. Clair?
Who is Benny St. That's not a good icebreaker.
It is. Who is it? Who is he? For the people that don't know, that's the best icebreaker question.
Rapping ass, trapping ass nigga, man.
What?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
who is Benny St. Clair? Where you come from? What you about? What you talking about? The people that don't know about Benny St. Clair outside of El Paso, we got viewers all over the place: Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, California, New Jersey, New York.
Listening, anything that you hear me say in my music is just art.
It's props, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just like prop guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hold on, Dan, before you go. So we came in right now off that Fiji Flows Volume 1. I told you before the stream I was gonna play my favorite song off there, which is Could Have Played for Houston. When I first got out here to El Paso, I remember seeing you briefly playing ball. Do you actually feel that you really could have went and played for Houston, or is that just something that you?
Yeah, I could have played for Houston.
This nigga balls for real though. I can't lie.
You really could have did that.
Oh yeah.
For all the people,
I'm still gonna do it. I'm Master P this shit.
What'd you say?
Master P.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I let that nigga see what I got to do to get myself in the league. Shit.
What do you
see, J. Cole already finna get him a little
I know,
with the Detroit Pistons. Yeah,
I've been seeing that.
It's crazy. Go ahead though, Dano.
If he get one, I get it.
Bro, what was the first thing that really made you be like, man, I want to be a rapper. I want to rap so people can hear what I'm talking about. What's the first thing you could think about?
Probably like seeing my older brother do it when I was young.
True.
He was always in the rap. Shout out to Potbelly Chuck. He ain't watching this because he ain't never watched this shit. He'll see the
What was the first song that you heard in rap music that you can remember?
That I can remember?
Nigga.
I spaced out for a second. I ain't gonna
That's that good. That's that good that you on.
Let me put this shit out for a second.
All right, bro, what do you okay. If you don't remember that, bro, what do you want people to get from your music? Like, what do you want them to bring from your music? When they bump some Benny, what you want them to get from it?
Whatever energy it is that I'm feeling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really about the way music make me feel, not necessarily what the lyrics are and shit like that. Although I do think lyrics are important, I feel like it's just more about, I don't know, when I hear some shit, if it made me feel happy, I want to feel happy, or, you know what I'm saying? If I'm in a certain type of mood and I feel a certain type of way and I want to feel sad or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got my playlist for that shit too.
No, that's true.
No, I feel that because when I'm listening to music, when I listen to music, I listen to music that I can relate to. Like, I don't like, you know, obviously we all got our, you know, hey, just like you just say, if I want to hear some sad shit, I listen to some sad shit. I got some shit that I got to get me in my feelings. I want to turn up. I got some shit that I can listen to that can get me turned up. But when does I know you're working on Fiji Flows Volume 2. Fiji Flows Volume 1 is already out. Do you have a release date for that, or do you have a time frame, month, a year that we supposed to be coming up on that?
I haven't really thought about it yet. I have the music done. I'm waiting to get the masters finished and get them sent back to me before I start putting out any more of that stuff. But soon, I don't know when. I don't have a date for it, but it's already
soon, like 2021 or soon like 2020.
Nah, it's definitely gonna be before the end of this year.
All right, before
we keep going, where's a good place people can go find Benny St. Clair? Where's a good source point for them to find your music?
All platforms.
Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play.
Do you have your own website or anything like that, bro?
I do. I don't even know if that shit is running though, to be honest, because I made it like a good little minute ago. I think it was BennySt.
Benny St. Clair is also on Apple Music. If you want to go find him right there. Also on Spotify.
If one song you could tell people to go listen to, what would you tell people to listen to represent Benny?
One song? You said?
One song, because
or two.
If they go check you out, it's that first song. That first song that they gonna click is the one that's gonna be like, okay, I'm fucking with it.
If I had to go with like what I think people would like, it would be "Coulda Played for Instance." Like, okay, that's the song that like when we put the whole album together, I kind of already knew that was gonna be the song that people would like. But I don't think that necessarily is like, I don't know, describes me to the T.
Okay. So what song do you think describes Benny off Fiji Flows? You know, since you say coulda, because you're right, Coulda Played for Houston. That's my favorite track. I think that shit bump. I think that shit hard. I like the beat. I like the flow. So what does Benny think? What does Benny think the best track off that album is? When they listen to it, or when you listen to it, or when you was writing it, what is your favorite?
You know what? I'm actually trying to find it right now, because now I'm like, where is my favorite? My favorite song is probably Patrick Star.
Patrick Star is nice too.
Okay, Patrick Star, y'all.
And was that
on that Patrick Star?
And obviously that's probably generated through from SpongeBob, right? Patrick Star, right?
Yeah.
Now,
right. All right.
Now, what you said, bro, it made me want to ask you as an artist. Do you ever notice things that you don't think are gonna buzz, or things that buzz naturally by themselves? Sometimes you can't even put a finger on what's gonna be hot.
Sometimes, but I feel like, I don't know, it's like a feeling that I get. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first hear like myself on a record, you know what I'm saying? Like after I finish recording and like I hear the playback for the first time, it's some kind of feeling I get that is just like, so far to this point, it's been pretty on. Like anytime I'm like, this song is gonna be the one that people like, it's my judgment has been pretty good so far.
So basically, everything that you think is a banger is gonna be a banger for sure.
Yeah, you're like, if I think it's a banger, it's a banger, bro.
I mean, if I listen to it enough times, sometimes it'd be like, okay, nah, this shit ain't as hot as I thought it was.
No, I will say though, it's hard to find something that ain't a banger when you look through his music. So, like I said, if y'all got the time, go research this man.
Benny St. Clair on IG, Benny St. Clair on Apple Music, and all that other good stuff. Do you have any more projects that you're working on, or do you got any features that you're gonna be on other people's projects? You know, obviously stuff that you could talk about. You got anything that you're working on new?
I got a lot of music in the works. Like I got like, along with this Fiji, this Volume 2, I got like a whole nother album I plan on dropping at the same time. Just because I made so much music for it, but I didn't have the opportunity to buy everything, like as far as the beats and stuff like that. So some of this shit I'm just gonna put out for free at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or probably not the same time, but within the same time frame.
Yeah.
With all this Black Lives Matter, like the big movement going on, do you want to drop any music with something correlated or related to that?
Nah, man. I feel like that wouldn't be me being true to myself if I did some shit like that. I have music where I talk about like the police and shit like that, but I wouldn't want to do nothing like directly
just to follow hashtags.
Yeah,
but and that's kind of what we talked about before, man, because we talked about a lot of these rappers when all this stuff first kicked out, all the protests and all these the riots and
all
the looting and all of that shit. Everybody want to be a conscious rapper now, and everybody want to talk about shit that they ain't never want to talk about just to get on the buzz. So you saying basically you don't just follow trends. You ain't.
No,
you set your own trends. You follow your own beat. Is basically what you're saying, right?
Commendable.
Yeah, because bro, like
I fuck with that.
That was a big topic that we kind of had on here. You know, I've seen so many people want to drop a conscious Black Lives Matter track, and you ain't never did that before. You ain't never talked about, you know, the culture and none of this. All you ever talk about is this, drugs, girls shake their ass. But now you're a conscious rapper now, just because you know that's gonna get views. So you ain't doing shit to get views. No Instagram clout going on.
Who does Benny listen to? Who does Benny listen to? What artist does Benny listen to?
I listen to a lot of my brother. A lot of old 50 Cent, like all the time. One day I'll probably get tired of hearing that shit.
You talking about old 50 Cent?
Yeah, like that Get Rich or Die Trying album.
Yeah, hey, that shit.
No, that's a classic though. That's a classic though.
I feel it.
That's most definitely a classic. I know you talked about who kind of got you started in music, but where do you think your influence come from? Meaning like your flow, like if you had to say like, or do you think that your flow is unique? Like you don't follow nobody else. Who you think that you kind of try to pattern yourself after, or somebody in like mainstream artists that you think that you look up to, even if any?
To be honest, I try not to listen to too much music for that very reason.
I feel that.
Whenever I'm like, or when I'm in a space where I'm like writing and shit like that, like, cause sometimes I go through periods where I won't write for like 2 months and shit like that. But you know, I try to. Man, what the fuck was I saying? I already forgot.
That's the good, Dro.
Oh man, for real.
That's most definitely good, Dro. Don't know what you got for me. Hey, this shit. This shit is gonna be funny as fuck when this shit get posted for damn. That's for sure.
Here, let's just go to the next question. It's cool, bro. It's cool. If you had any advice for young rappers, like young boys trying to get up in the game, what would it be to be something like Benny St. Clair? What would be your advice?
I think you give me a little too much credit. First of all, I appreciate you though. You know
hey, bro, I'm trying to give you the credit, bro. We interviewed you.
I would definitely just tell people to invest in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get what you pay for. I mean, if you're not talented, then you can pay for as much as shit as you want to. If I ain't gonna help, but I mean, in terms of, you know, like just the quality of music and stuff like that, you got to make sure that you're really investing in yourself and getting music videos done and shit like that. Battle rap, nigga.
No, and that was gonna be one of my next questions. Dano kind of bit off of it a little bit. That's what I was gonna ask you. What do you think is the hardest part about rapping? Because I don't necessarily think rapping is the hardest part. I mean, niggas just really say how they feel, or they rap about shit that they done been through. So I don't think that aspect of it is hard. But do you find like the marketing side of it or the promotion side and all that other stuff? Do you think that's the hard part, or do you have a team to do that?
It's not necessarily that it's hard. It's just that it takes money. Like
it most definitely takes money and time.
Like that, you gotta pay for it. Whatever it is. Like, I mean, even making a video, that shit ain't free. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's still self-promotion. But even after you made a video, you still gotta hit up different platforms, or you know what I'm saying, people who got bigger followings to try to be like, hey man, can you do this or do that? And they'll charge you a certain amount of money. You know what I'm saying? So that's really all it is. Exchanging hands with, I don't know what the fuck. You know what the fuck I mean.
No, I know what you're talking about, because
and this is
that's the one thing that we hold on real quick, Daniel. I think because that's the one thing that me and Daniel always talk about when we talking about the podcast, how we gonna get the podcast out there. I think marketing is always one of our biggest concern. Yeah. How we gonna get more people to listen? How we gonna get more people, the fuck with what we doing? And it definitely takes money to market this shit, because especially on platforms like YouTube and all this other stuff, there's algorithms and all this other shit. So I definitely agree. I don't think it's hard. It just takes time and it takes money for sure. Dano?
Okay, if you had any words for the youth, we ain't ending or nothing, but this is I always try to bring in some society type of talk on this. If you had any words for the young black youth, what would it be?
Stay
Stay
nigga stupid, boy. That nigga know he's stupid, son.
I thought I was gonna give some deep shit.
Hey, real shit though.
I fuck with it
though. How many songs are we looking at roundabout on this Fiji Flows too? Is it just gonna be like an EP, or is it gonna be a full album here? Are we talking 5 songs, 10 songs, 12 songs?
Right now, I'm like just playing it to myself over and over again, trying to eliminate them, trying to see which ones I don't really like, fuck with that much. I probably got around like 20 songs for it.
And is that your decision only, or do you got a team?
I got people, but I make my own decisions as far as what music gets released. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be performing some shit if I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like
facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to end up.
Is there talking about your team, bro?
Huh?
Is there anybody on your team you want to give a shout out to, since you said your team real quick?
You know what I'm saying? Quick little shout out to Jake Rocha. It's Rocha Management. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna ask you as well.
Right now, because he off of probation.
Yeah, we don't want to indict nobody in here.
You know what I'm saying? And my nigga George, you know what I'm saying? They be holding it down for me, as far as on a business side of things.
Because that's what I was going to ask you. Are you actually signed to anybody, or do you actually, or is it just like you just got management? Like, are you actually signed to anybody?
I was signed to Outer League Entertainment. Shout out to them. Shout out to Alex. Back in the day, my contract ended, I think, like a year or two ago. So now I'm just going on.
What was the difference when you were signed to them and now? What do you think the biggest difference is?
Realizing how much money this shit took. Because, you know what I'm saying, I had them in my corner, really looking out for me, doing all that shit for me. So when I started doing it for myself, I was like, oh, huh. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a little more expensive than I thought it was.
No, I feel that. Do you see
go ahead,
being as big as you are already, do you see money coming in lucratively from music, or do you get I'm just going to say, do you see money coming in from lucratively through money? From music. I can't even talk, bro.
Mm-hmm. No, I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's gonna be more and more. I would say I make enough now to at least like pay my rent. I'm not, rich by any means, but I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta work.
But you could tell young people that you can make a living without being super famous. You can make a living doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I want a lot of people to understand. Not every rapper maybe.
Huh? No, go ahead, Dano.
Not.
It's because I'm getting a little lag on my end. It's because I'm getting a little lag on my end. So if anybody wondering why it's like that, it's because I'm getting a little lag. But do you think that it's better to be unsigned, or do you think it's better to sign to an actual deal with other people? Because I heard you just say right now that you found out when you went independent now that the backing is a little bit different. It takes a lot of money to do this. So do you think it's better for art? Because I see artists like YoungBoy, you see artists like Uzi and all these other Rod Wave talk about how they label won't let them do this, their label won't let them do that, and now YoungBoy wanted to own his masters. They didn't want to let him own his masters. So do you think that it's better to go unsigned, or do you think it's better to sign to a label, or do you think it's just depending on the person?
Yeah, it depends on your situation. I think like if you're a talented person who has a tough time with marketing and doing those type of things, if you think that, you know what I'm saying, signing to a label is the best for your career, take it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what's best for you. And obviously read the contract.
For sure. Because I think that's what a lot of them youngsters get in trouble, bro. They don't read the contract.
Yeah, they see a little money in front of their face, like, oh, you signed it right now, you know, we'll do this right here.
Because that money look good up front. And you talking about a bill or two up front.
What? I was going to ask you a question, but I want you to be able to answer the questions from the comments too. So.
Yeah.
What inspires you the most?
What inspires me the most? Just, I guess, the fear of being unsuccessful. That's probably
deep.
I think that's something that inspires everybody, especially if you got kids or anything. Anybody that's dependent on you. Nobody want to look like that. But go ahead, Dano. I got you, bro.
When you first started making music, was there anybody close to you who didn't really support you and it affected you in a way for a while or anything like that?
I feel like the only person who really took me serious when I started with my brother. Most of the people, I think, didn't really take it that serious.
Did that push you to want to do it more because others did?
Because I felt like maybe they was right. Maybe they had a reason to be telling me that, or you know what I'm saying? Because now it's not even a question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, they see what I do now, and it's like, oh yeah, like we get it.
But you rapping, bro.
First was trying it out, you know. There's definitely a lot of people who was like, I don't know, man, just you probably should see if you can play basketball somewhere.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I was like, do you think they was doubting you because they knew who Benny was as an athlete, or do you think it was just doubt, like as in like, oh man, that's a tough industry. That's a tough industry to crack, like, or
I don't know, maybe a little bit of both.
Because when I say I remember you playing basketball,
just
I think
music.
Go ahead, Dano.
No, bro, you said more than I do. You can keep going.
No, I was saying like because when I first got out here to El Paso, as I was explaining in the intro, I didn't know who you was. I used to go to the games all the time because I had some people that was younger than me that used to play as well when I first got out here. So I was just saying maybe because people see you as an athlete or when you in the industry that's as tough as what we're in. We're talking about rap industry. It's tough. You do hear rappers all the time talking about it's hard to get in the rap industry. Or you know, what we do is in podcasting. There's a million other podcasters. So sometimes I think the people closest to us be the main ones that'll never support us and be the ones that are the tourists. And I think that's probably something that keep people going.
Yeah, no, I guess.
Go ahead, Dano.
And I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense with Benny because he did play basketball, so the people around him probably thought, no, you're a basketball player. You're not a rapper. And I could see how that could already give you the wrong side of things. But fuck, now I totally forgot my question, bro.
No, you want to before we head on up out of here though, Benny, let the people know what to expect on Fiji. What you say?
I have more questions, bro. Just good.
Well, ask him then. You just said you ain't you forgot.
I have more questions.
This nigga, you see what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
I did, but... All right, bro. God damn. Now I'm on the spot. What's one of your favorite songs that you have written and why? See, I got a question right there.
Okay.
You ain't got no question. That was a fan question. I got a question.
Why? I have a song on this album coming up, and it's called "Take Your Time," and it's
Take Your
like,
Time.
Yeah, and it's like a real, like, I guess, like a personal little, like, little breakup song type thing.
Okay, you making breakup music too, baby?
Yeah.
See, now
a little dibble dazzle.
That's interesting. I want to hear.
Dazzle.
I think a lot of people will probably be surprised when they hear the second volume, just because it's not the same type of vibe. Most of it is like slower songs and like boom bap type shit. So it's a little different. I mean,
interesting to hear.
There's a few songs that'll remind you of Volume 1, but for the most part, it's a 180 in my music. But I kind of just go through periods in life like that, where I might be feeling some type of way, and my music comes out that way.
I definitely feel
that's
that.
What I was going to ask you right now.
I hate
do you think that you are like a battle rap, as he said earlier, a battle rapper? You think you more like you make hard songs, you make soft songs? Like, what do you think your best projects come from? When you get in the booth and you mad, or when you get in the booth and you just feeling good, or like what you think Benny makes the best product out of? What kind of songs? What kind of songs is that?
I think probably, I mean, I guess it would depend, because depends on the mood I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm happy, I might tell you, like, one of the songs that I made that's a little more upbeat, like something I could have played for Houston or some shit like that. But if I'm feeling a different type of way, it might be something else. It depends on
what. I guess the right question would be, what mood makes you feel the most creative? I think that's
definitely. I think definitely being like happy and shit like that, being like in a better state of mind, because it's more difficult for me to write when I'm like depressed or upset or feeling some type of way. But at the same time, I feel like if I do push myself to write during that time and I actually get it out, a lot of times it ends up being some of the best stuff that I make.
Which is the reason why I asked that question, like, what do you think is your best music? Because I know a lot of people, they feel, oh, my pain music is the best, or oh no, man, my up tempo shit, like that shit go hard then when I'm in my feelings. So that's why I asked that. Like, do you think your pain music go harder, or do you think your slower or your up tempo shit go a little harder? That's why I asked that question.
Probably the music. I mean, you're gonna hear it on the second album for sure. But like the songs that I have, they're more upbeat, but they still kind of slow. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's more like me being playful with the lyrics, like really just talking about some stupid shit, like just being more comedic. I think that's when I shine the most. That's when the lyrical side of it like matches up with the flow. It probably sounds the best.
When you got your face tattoos, was that the moment you're like, bro, I'm doing this shit for real? I don't give a fuck.
To be honest, I wasn't even really thinking about rap at the time.
You just savage then, bro.
I was like, man, I was just on some fucking job shit. Like, I was kind of taking a break from music at the time. Like, I hadn't really been recording, nothing like that. I just been getting in trouble.
You just want to be an entrepreneur. You want to make your own money. You don't want to work for the other man. I feel that. Yeah, that's what you were telling yourself. I feel it.
Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, no choice now. You ain't got, you know what I'm saying? You got to do something.
No, I feel it. I feel it.
When we
and
you already kind of explained it. Go ahead, no, Daniel. Go ahead, because I got another question for him after that.
If you could remake any of your decisions that you made music wise, is there any decisions you made that you may not have done now, being more wise and older?
Music wise.
Yeah, I know in life we got hella shit. We're like, bro, I've done hella shit, but
Yeah,
music wise.
Shit, not even just life, nigga. Just music alone. I think I done a lot of shit that I can look back on and be like, I probably shouldn't have done that.
What things in music do you regret? You don't like Aquafina?
I hate that shit with a passion. I always tell people.
It's crazy, bro.
Like,
Aquafina
Water?
Is that one of your most popular songs? Isn't that like one of your biggest
songs? It is my
songs?
most popular song.
Oh, bro, that is super soaker as fuck, bro, and that's how it is.
Yo, when I made the song, I loved it. When I first made it, I came out with it. I loved the song.
Bro, that song is hard. Aquafina, y'all check it out.
No, it's because I had a lag, so I thought you said Water. That's why I was like, okay, never mind. I'm back on track now. I got it now. Yeah, I'm like Aquafina, nigga, like.
Nah, but bro, Aquafina blew up. Aquafina blew the fuck up. Yeah, she said, "How do you recharge, and what are the things you want to achieve before you die?" Oh damn, she went to death.
What does she mean by recharge?
How do you refocus? Like when after a long day or like, damn, I'm just tired of making music. Because I think we all hit that point where we like, damn, bro, like, fuck, bro, I'm like tired of this. Like, well, I just
your creative gets to empty.
What you do to refocus?
Or just natural?
I would say it depends. Like if I'm feeling that way a certain day, I don't. Like I won't refocus. Like I'll take the day off. Like I'll be like, you know what, I just ain't feeling it today. Like I'll regroup and we'll try this again tomorrow. I think something that really helps me with that is like just maybe getting up early in the morning, going for a run or some shit like that. Clear my head.
Hell no. You tripping. It's too hot out here in El Paso, boy, to be out there running, son. God damn.
Yeah, but you run in the morning,
man, it still be about 95 at 8 o'clock in the morning out here in El Paso. That shit. I ain't used to this. And that's another thing I want to ask you. Are you from El Paso originally? Or, were you born here?
Let him finish the question, bro. He didn't finish. And what are the things he wants to achieve before he dies? That's the deep part of that motherfucker.
That's the deep part. Before I die, I would just like to, I don't know, be able to get all the art that I feel like out of me that I got left in me.
That's deep, but
if I get famous or all that type of bullshit, cool. But I like to at least have it out there for the world. You know what I'm saying? If I die, you know what I'm saying, they can go back and listen to it later. You know what I'm saying?
You just want to be able to express yourself. I feel that. That's 100.
Are you originally from El Paso, or were you come here? I know there's a lot of people here from military families. Are you originally from El Paso?
I'm not from a military family. Yeah, I came here.
You're not from a military family?
No, I am.
Oh, okay, no.
I came here when I was a sophomore, and I hated it.
I ain't gonna ask you where you come from, because I know military families be all over the place. We'll be here all day probably doing that.
Oh yeah.
I already know that. Off this upcoming album, or would you ever? I hear a lot of artists.
I live in El Paso now. I feel like I should mention that before people think that I just hate El Paso. I just didn't like it.
I hate El Paso. Don't worry.
I am still here.
I say it for him.
El Paso cool, but
El Paso is not cool.
When I first moved here,
it's not cool.
It was a culture shock for me. That was the main thing. It was like I wasn't used to people speaking Spanish and shit like that, so I just felt out of place. But the city has welcomed me with open arms, so I love these motherfuckers.
that's
most definitely. This is a nice city. I will say that it's a nice city. It's just nothing to do here, bro. Especially, like you say, you're not from here, so you come from somewhere else. You know, you come from somewhere else, and you seen
we love the people, but El Paso kind of sucks. But we love the people so much, it makes El Paso great. That's what people.
It don't make El Paso great though. It still don't make El Paso great. it still don't make it great. The people here is different. But
I'm trying,
like you said, it's a culture shock. It is a culture shock when you first get here. I'm from Florida, and you don't see as many Hispanics as you see when you first get out here. I'm from somewhere where there's a lot of grass and it rains damn near every day. And then you get out here and it's all brown and it never fucking rains. So no, El Paso ain't it. But would you ever? But back to the question though. I see a lot of artists. They talk about they're never signed to another artist. Is that something that? Do you feel the same way? Would you ever consider signing to another artist?
I would consider anything, you know what I'm saying, depending on what the deal was. Yeah, exactly. If they're that up, you know what I'm saying, we can talk about it.
Because I hear a lot of artists, I ask that because I hear a lot of artists say that because they say when you sign to another artist, that artist is always going to put their work over yours. Yeah, well, you get pushed on the back burner. So that's why I asked.
As long as the label is, you know what I'm saying, benefiting me to where I can make my own money and reinvest in myself, I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't necessarily need him to push me as hard as he would push himself. Because I could understand being an artist. You know what I'm saying? You would definitely want to be out in the front, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got an ego. You always want to.
Everybody's the best. Every rapper's the best to themselves. Every fucking rapper is the best to themselves.
So you sign to a rapper, you think he thinks that you better than him? Hell no.
Hey, it's just
bro. Do you ever think about making R&B music, nigga?
Yo. There was a point in time when I thought I could sing. I ain't even gonna flex.
What make you
You need to drop those songs.
Look. I started fucking with the auto-tune a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I was at the studio. It was back when I was living in Atlanta. I was signed with OIL. And I was over here trying to make love songs, and I thought I was marketing, but you know what I'm saying? I hear that shit now, and it just makes me cringe. Like,
bro, you got
I'm so glad I never put it out. I'm so glad I never put that shit out. Hell no.
Hey, that auto-tune will definitely have you thinking that you can do stuff that you can't do. Ask Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne sang on every song, and he think that he can sing. That auto-tune it put niggas in a different realm. They good. That's cool.
I can't lie. I didn't expect that answer. I didn't expect that answer. I just thought that was going to get a hard no.
Yeah, nigga, I've even made Christmas songs, nigga.
Hey, that's hard.
Snoop Dogg don't went to making Christmas songs.
Bro,
what? You got one, Dano?
No, I hear you going again.
Nah, what off this upcoming project, Fiji Flows 2, y'all be on the lookout for that. Fiji Flows Volume 2.
Yeah.
What do you want people to get from this? From this upcoming project? What do you want people to get from it?
In comparison to the first volume.
Nah, just period. What do you want somebody when somebody's listening to it? What is the biggest message that you're trying to portray on Fiji Flows 2? Is it how versatile I am? Is it that I can, what is it when people is watching it?
I think through listening to it. I think through listening to it, people are definitely gonna see the versatility for sure. But that wasn't the plan. Like I kind of just I make one song at a time. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think about like an entire album in mind. It's mostly just like, okay, this one's a good one. I got to put this on there. And I might make 3 more songs and be like, one of these is good. I'll put that on there. I might make, another 2 songs and be like, this one sucks. I'll put this other one in there. So I got 3 songs in a little category together. And before I know it, I end up like with an album's worth of music. So that's why I say some of them are like, the way that I play, like I play them over and over again because I like to be able to make it run through to where like it kind of sounds like one song is supposed to go to the next. You know what I mean? Which is kind of different.
But there was no real but there was no real structure in it. It's just okay. I like this song, and it kind of flows with what we're talking with the last song. It kind of goes in order, but there was no structure. Like okay, we're gonna make an album about this.
Yeah. I never do that. Definitely not. That's not part of my creative process. Anyways. I feel like that's some real difficult shit to do.
No, I was about to say that's hard. It's already hard enough.
For real.
Well, I ain't an artist, so that's why I asked. Like I don't like I just wanted to go through the thought process of how you pick out which song's gonna go on this or what kind of album that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I say a majority of the time that I was writing for this particular album, though, I was going through a breakup. So, like, I'm not simping on this shit. First of all, let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no it's gonna be a couple of fuck yous here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
That kind of sounds simpy, but
fuck you, nigga.
I'm just no, but that's good.
That's usually when you make your best music, though.
Couple of them.
But that's good, even if it is, bro, because it's just what you feel in that moment, and that's what people need to hear.
Probably more relatable for the average person who don't do no illegal activities like that.
What song was the first song, bro? I like bringing it back, like back in the day. What song was the first song that you dropped, and you were like, okay, yeah, I could do this. I could really do this, and other people also started to think, yeah, he could do this. What was that song that broke that glass for you?
It was right before Aquafina. I put out a song called Paper, and it did really well too. But like I had already been rapping, mind you. Like I had already changed rap names like 4 times. Now different music. But it wasn't until I stuck with Benny St. Clair, and then I dropped the first song ever, which was GTP, and that's when I was like, like the light bulb went off, like, oh man, like, yeah, this might be it, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really feel like, I guess before that the music wasn't really up to par, I didn't think, and then like the rap names I had chosen were kind of like weak, like. It wasn't very
talking about that real quick. Where'd you get the name Benny St. Clair?
I was high. Awesome. I was I kept trying to like come up with names that like had some kind of significance or some kind of meaning, and like they all sounded corny as fuck to me. I just didn't like the way like they came out. So I got high one day, and I like literally like was just like trying to think of different like rap names, like just writing them down. Like, and I think I had like 3 on the book. It was Benny St. Clair. I can't remember what the other 2 were, but they weren't that great. And everybody I showed like those names to, I was like, what do y'all think about these? Everyone's like, yo, like Benny St. Clair, like that shit kind of like just kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, dude.
And that shit sound a little classy.
Like, because I had already thought that in my head too, though. Like when I had the 3 that I had like chosen, I already had that one. Like I want this one, but I just want to hear what everybody else say. And when they started giving me the same feedback, I was like, yeah, okay, like I'm gonna run with this. And then as soon as the first song dropped, and it did like a good like 10, 20,000 within like a week or 2, and I was like, oh, like, all right,
okay,
like maybe we on to something. So that was definitely the point where I felt like, all right, maybe I should really do this, because I was already trying to take it serious, but I had one foot in and one foot out, like. I don't know if I should, like, you know what I'm saying? And then when it got to that point, I'm like, God.
Because I remember what was it, like 3-4 years ago, I'll be riding around El Paso, and this is no cap. This ain't just because he's on this podcast. I can't tell you how many people was bumping some Benny St. Clair, riding in their whips and shit. I can't tell you. This man got something going in El Paso.
Hey, I never forget
Y'all
that
ain't
night,
in El Paso. Which one?
Hey, I remember that first night that I met Benny, right? I think that was the first night I met you at when we all went to Cincy East, right?
Okay, I thought you were talking about going to his house. I'm like, no,
that sounds stupid as hell. That is the first time that I met him, but people don't know that. First time,
yeah, we was at the studio. We was in the studio.
First time on record was at when we was at Cincy East, and boy, like we turned up, and ever since then, that's we obviously found out that you made music. That's when you and Q, we was all going up that night. What made you said that's when you kind of started taking it serious. So I want to ask, is the views and the love and the feedback is that what got you going, or are you just self-motivated? Like, I don't really care if people, well, obviously we all care if people listen, but like does the views motivate you?
Absolutely.
Or do you just go off your own beat? Like, it's just, hey, I just do me.
Nah, definitely. I want the views, man.
No,
like,
we want the money, bro.
That's for sure.
Listening to my shit. Because I think, like, personally,
we all want the views.
Yeah, like, I feel like my shit is great. So I feel like, why, you know what I'm saying? Why shouldn't I have more people listening to it?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do the viewers validate your own thoughts? Like, oh, I am that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, I got 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 people.
I know I'm
just
that nigga.
Self-motivated.
I know I'm that nigga. They just have to catch on. That's all.
No, respect. That's all I want to know, because I know some people is motivated by that.
Go up, then I'm like, okay, they see a nigga. That's all. That's how I feel.
That's a good thing about real artists. Like I would say, like a Benny or somebody. When that song hits, that one that hits everybody, they gonna go and oh shit, and just keep listening to everything else, and then that's just gonna crunch because of the fact that he's built this following for so long, and it makes sense. Just makes sense.
Nah, most definitely. It's just because I know sometimes viewers can discourage people, and I think we all get discouraged. Oh man, that shit didn't hit like I wanted to hit. Like, damn, like more people I know was supposed to be feeling this shit. And some people just
I get that feeling for sure. Like, there's definitely, you know what I'm saying, because I put out 3 videos last year, and Tsunami Johnny was like the top one. But I honestly felt like the best of the 3 was Coulda Played for Houston. I felt like that was the best song. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't do the same numbers that Tsunami Johnny did. So I definitely felt
Johnny went crazy.
Like, I was like, damn.
Like, see, and that was going. That's what I was talking about earlier. The ones that you feel like, okay, this one it'll be.
But listen, look, Tsunami Johnny came out first, and we did that first because we already had that feeling about that song. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we thought it was gonna be. It would take off to a higher level than like Coulda Played for Houston. I'm saying we didn't think it was gonna take off necessarily to a higher level than Tsunami Johnny. We just started at least being the same range. You know what I'm saying? But that one definitely did more numbers than the other one. And I definitely felt like, you know, song wise, they was neck and neck.
Between Coulda Played for Houston and Tsunami Johnny.
Yeah, so I definitely I'm saying I definitely feel like a certain a certain way when my numbers ain't where I want them to be, but that makes me work harder too.
No, exactly, and that's why I asked, because I know sometimes the numbers can discourage people where you don't even want to do it no more. And some people is like, all right, well, I'm just finna show you now, like, oh, y'all wasn't fucking with that. Now I gotta show you. So that's why I asked, like, does it discourage you when the numbers ain't there, or is that something that make you go? Because sometimes the viewers run people, man. It runs their mind, and I mean, I get it. We in that culture now where everybody want to be number one trending, everybody want to have, you know, this and that, top podcast, top song. So that's why I asked, is that what make you take it serious? Is the fans what make you take it serious, or is that self-motivated where you just want to like, all right, I'm gonna go get it?
It's got to be a mixture of both, because, you know, sometimes I'm definitely like, you know, I just need to get in the booth. I gotta let some stuff out. I gotta do this or do that. But then there's times where I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling like rapping or doing nothing. And I might get a DM from a fan or something who will tell me some shit like, oh man, like I had a dream that you was, you know, on stage and performing in front of this and that, or some, you know what I'm saying, some kind of cool stuff like that made me be like, damn, like, all right, maybe I should keep going, because, you know, I got people in my ear telling me this and telling me that, you know. So it's a mixture of both. It depends. Sometimes I'm self-motivated. Sometimes I don't have it that day. I need a little pick me up.
That's real. I feel that as well, though. Daniel, you got something?
Hey, bro. Is there anything you want to
Because
plug?
I got one more before we get out of here.
Any things that you ain't plugged in here today that you want to plug thus far? Because we already been this bitch 50 minutes, so we about to
social media, any artists that you want to talk about, anybody. What's up, mama? What up, pop? Somebody.
I don't want to get artists because I feel like it's just way too many, and I don't want to forget nobody because El Paso really got a lot of talent. Niggas don't realize
really
that.
Do.
One person I am gonna have to shout out, or the two people, you know what I'm saying, that I fucks with the heaviest, you know what I'm saying. My buddy Chuck, my older brother, he the nicest. When y'all hear his music, y'all gonna tell you he just don't care about dropping, but he the nicest I ever heard. And aside from him, you know what I'm saying, my boy Rob Sire, who pretty much puts everything together for me, but he's still making his own music, and he's one of the best I've heard. So there's a lot more I would love to name, but I'm not trying to get into all of that just because I don't want to miss nobody. Love.
No, I feel that.
I feel that.
That's Benny St. Clair at Paso's rising star hip hop artist. Dano the Don, you got anything before we get out of here, bro?
Well, I actually got 3 things I want people to question themselves. This is random as fuck. I know it, but
It's
I
always
want
random
people
with you, Dano.
Man, that's what my name is. Okay, first question I want y'all to question yourself is, what are your dreams? The second one is, what do you have to do to make them dreams happen? And the third thing is, what is you doing now to make them dreams happen? All right, Deno Don Yata, think about them things to yourself. Another podcast. We just broke this thing down with Mr. Benny St. Clair, and hopefully y'all go check it out. If not, y'all crazy. Go check him out. Go buy his music, download, stream. Support the man. You know what it is. Yeah.
Thanks y'all having me, man.
Mr. Benny St. Clair, you got anything before we get out of here, bro? You got anything
No problem,
you want to tell
bro.
the people? You know what I'm saying? Your last little final words before we get up out of here?
Love. That's all I got. I appreciate anybody who listens to my music until the end. Gotta see it. And I appreciate y'all.
Hey man, we appreciate you for having you coming on the show, bro. We appreciate you for doing this interview. We reach out to people, and sometimes I know people don't be wanting to get on or whatever. They don't want to be on camera or whatever. But I appreciate you for coming on, bro. Yeah, bro. I appreciate you for coming on doing the podcast.
Be okay on cameras if I keep doing it, right?
True that.
That's the truth.
True that. Gotta practice, but for sure, man. We like I was saying, appreciate you for coming on the show, man. Appreciate you for doing the show. Y'all go get that. Benny St. Clair, Fiji Flows Volume 2 is on the way. Stay tuned for that. Appreciate you again, bro. I'm Grand Hefe, Dano the Don, Benny St. Clair. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes,